Now, with this week's episode of Megalo, I have to say it's easily my favorite episode of the series to date. Episode 12 or 13 is obviously going to surpass it with the whole Yuri and Joe match. However, it was just so emotional, and just everything about how this episode was directed was so perfectly done. Starting off the episode showing Pops in his car, being tailed by the big man's people. It gave you that eerie feeling. You knew Pops didn't want to do this, but he knew he had to. Watching Sachio, how Sachio got a nice freestyle in this episode. It was awesome to see Sachio throw down a verse there. I was not expecting that, but just also Sachio just not accepting the BS that's happening. But how they actually directed the match starting off here, you know, having the opponent roll in probably one of the most badass ways I've seen in this series, but then showing how Joe came to the stage. Joe is a gearless fighter. Joe fights gearless. Originally, it was a ploy to get his name out there, but now he fights gearless because that's who he is. He loves the thrill, and that's showing how much he's committed to the match. Having him come out with gear on is a slap to the face, not only to Joe, to the viewers, to all of his fans, because it's a betrayal of what he made himself to be, and that's when you knew he was throwing the match. I knew he wasn't going to ultimately end up throwing the match fully, but I think the direction and how they portrayed it was actually much better than I thought they were going to go. Like, I knew this episode was going to be good, but how good remained to be seen until how it was directed. I mean, Joe's made a name for himself. You know, when he first fought Yuri, Yuri did not look at him as an equal. He looked at him as a stray dog. Yuri truly has respect for what Joe is, and I love how the fight goes down. You know, I think Joe is one of the best con artists out there. You know, Pops is trying to give him directions to stop Joe from getting hurt, but Joe's not listening. He's getting hit. He's making it really feel like a real match, even though it's completely fake, not just from the gear, just how everything was going down. I think the way the punches were being handled, the way just the presentation was, like, Pops wanted Joe to be free, and then when it gets revealed, like, you're not going to be free. You're always going to be a scorpion. He's always going to be a stray dog. He's going to fight in my ring until the day he dies. And, like, you knew Pops was going to give the word to fight, to stand your ground. You knew Sachio was going to come in, but I did expect Yuri to come in there and say, you made me a promise, you know, you wanted to fight me, you have the skills. He's literally jealous of Joe. He respects someone so much that he's down there saying, you gotta do this. And then when you hear Pops give the word to fight, Pops is throwing some fists down. He's literally kicking some ass, taking some names. And to have him lose his eye for what he's doing, it's so heartbreaking because he's the one who truly wanted to see Joe fight in the big leagues, and now he can't. And that's honestly the worst punishment you can think of. Not killing Pops, not killing Joe, making Joe fight in the ring for real, and Pops can't see it. It's so heartbreaking. And in some ways you can say, well, Pops got himself in that situation from gambling. You feel bad for Pops. I just think the way they overall directed it, it was so good. The music really amplified this, and just having Joe on the ground about to give up, and then when you hear Pops' scream, the way they directed that zoom in, it was so well done. I think just everything about this, characters who I was not expecting to like. I didn't think Yuri would be one of my favorite characters in the show, but Yuri's one of my favorite characters in the show. I love how menacing he is, like when they're trying to take Sachio away. You don't want to mess with Yuri, like they immediately back off. I can't wait to see how this match is going to go down, and I'm so appreciative of the fact that they didn't make this fight last 2 episodes. I really thought we were going to end on a cliffhanger, Joe getting back up after being KO'd, or at least appearing to be KO'd. I like how they ended it. I like how he did that uppercut. I like how he just came in with the most stellar punch you can think of. I love how this fight ended in this episode, and I expect Yuri versus Joe is going to last 2 episodes, or at least an episode and a half, and then whatever happens, Joe dies, Joe lives, wins or loses, that's going to be the last little chunk of the final episode, is how I see it going down. Like, this really only needs 13 episodes in my books. The side characters who are important, I feel like I'm caring about them. I feel like I have enough depth. I don't need more than 13 episodes for the series, personally, and I love how this was directed. There was so much emotion here, even though you would assume, yeah, Joe's going to get up, he's not going to forfeit the match. How they directed that reveal was so, it was just top-notch quality, 100%. Yuri versus Joe is going to be the most exciting thing, I think, in this series. I think it's going to be spectacular. I can't wait to see how it's going to go down, and I can't wait to see a true gearless Joe fight from beginning to end in a match, win or lose, against his true opponent. Really though, Sachio's freestyle was absolutely great. I was not expecting it. I have to give credit to it once again. I mean, later this month, the OST is being released. I just can't wait to download it. It's going to be just going to be interesting and amazing to listen to without anything else, just listening to the full tracks. It's going to be amazing. I really think Megalo is one of the best soundtracks of all time. Not even joking. I think it's one of the best. It's so good. Let me know what you're feeling. What did you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate? Your favorite moment? I think my favorite moment has to be the reveal that Pops lost his eye. Like, it's so heartbreaking to see that the guy, even though you can look at Pops as a con man, he truly did care about Joe, and to lose his last eye there, it's a little heartbreaking. I'm interested to see if he's still going to try to give him some directions just by what he's hearing in the final match, or how that's going to go down. Let me know what you're feeling, though, down in that comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like, and if you're new, also be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.